the government, our government, His Majesty's government, has decided that the way to smash the gangs, which Sir Keir Starmer has promised he shall do. What? Did I say so? What's funny?
Nothing. No, the man just has the occasional need for a male model. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
More money to Ukraine.
Yes.
He's gonna smash the gangs.
Yes.
Which he's promised to do. And they're saying they're gonna release the names of certain individuals and even organisations that have been doing it. So I thought we'd read a bit from this BBC
Well,
news.
I can tell you the organisation behind it.
Yeah.
It's the Home Office.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. And I did hope you were going to say they're going to release the Kraken. That's what we need. We need some sort of sea-born Leviathan just roaming the English Channel.
Some nativist, British patriot nationalist Kraken in the Channel.
Yes.
I'm here for
I mean,
that.
release a Moby Dick or something. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it is the Home Office, isn't it? Well, it is the government. If they wanted to take it out of the purview of the Home Office and make it a defence issue, they could do. But well, as we said, ironically earlier, a completely sincere attempt to actually tackle this thing. Of course, it's completely insincere. Of course, it's a tiny bit of red meat so that they can just keep flooding us, obviously. And once again, I have to say, whenever we talk about illegal immigration or the small boat issue, we know that legal immigration is the real biggie. But nonetheless, again, it's in the news cycle. And it is kind of interesting sort of see this play out. Last time I talked about the small boats thing, a week or two ago, whenever it was, I said, they will never stop. They will never stop. And I completely believe that. Until they're removed from power and a new government which actually has got political will to do anything about this, it will never stop. They'll just keep making up more and more things, more and more sleight of hand. They always no intention of...
They always need something that they can point to and say, oh, we're doing something. Look, we put out an announcement where we said we're going to smash the gangs or whatever it is, and then that will hold them for like a month, 18 months to a year. And then they come out with a new initiative, and then the cycle repeats. And it's been that way for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, they've been in government now for like a year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it one of their big pledges? You've had a year. You've done sod all.
Yeah. I doubt that these lists will have any real force behind them, by comparison to, say, Sulla's lists from ancient Rome.
Yeah. Not quite the prescription lists of Sulla. I was going to save this later, but they came into government on the promise that they would smash the smuggling gangs, as Rishi did. Rishi's whole tagline.
It was one of his 5 promises, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did nothing about it. In fact...
5 betrayals.
In fact, so we're set to have an all-time record higher. And the thing is, it could be stopped really easily if they wanted to. Yep. There's a number of things to do. Anyway, BBC tells us, gang leaders, corrupt officials and police officers, fake passport dealers and firms supplying small boats could be publicly named in UK sanctions targeting people smuggling. So right away, you think, well, okay, it's better than nothing, I suppose, but how's that really going to tackle it? Because they'll swap those out for new people then. While there's always incentives for the people to come here in the first place, they'll find a way, I would have thought. So it's one thing, I've got a lot of ire for the French. Why aren't the French doing more? Why are they facilitating our invasion? But the counterpoint to that is a fair one, is that we're incentivising these people to come across. So although it is frustrating and annoying the French are so weak on this, or in fact actively helping them in all sorts of ways, that isn't actually at the core of it. That isn't actually at the core of it.
To be fair, if all of these people who are currently in our country were desperate to go to France, I would help them.
Right. Well, yeah.
So I can't really blame them. But I mean, we can stop this ourselves anytime we want.
Yeah.
Anytime.
There were loads of camps all across the south of England, desperately trying to get to Picardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would sort of...
I'd donate them a dinghy myself. Yeah, get at least 30 of you on that. Off you go.
Okay, so this BBC article goes on. The first measures are due to be unveiled on Wednesday and are seen as essential to government plans to tackle criminal networks behind the crossings. Individuals and companies are expected to be hit with asset freezes, travel bans and restriction from engaging with the UK financial system under these sanctions. Again, even if they did this sort of fairly hardcore, it would still be weak sauce, wouldn't it? You're not addressing the key thing, i.e. our welfare system. Not addressing any of that. Not actually physically doing anything to stop them. So the RNLI will keep ferrying them across the channel, essentially, or border force. No massive detention centre in Calais, or actually Calais, in Dover. There actually is a detention centre there, but you're not detained and then immediately deported. You're just released or taken to a hotel wherever. So all the hard actions that could be taken, none of that will just freeze the assets of some people we tell you we think are the problem. Okay, it's understood that the first tranche would include the names of around 24 people accused of facilitating the trade. Oh, great, 24 of facilitating the trade or profiting from it. But the Migration Advisory Committee said the impact could be limited. Its deputy chair, Dr. Madeleine Sumption, said she wouldn't be surprised if the sanctions were a game changer for the industry as a whole.
Sounds like advertising.
It's a bit optimistic.
Yeah, it does.
It's a bit like we're going to put out the names of the people who will get you over into England. They should immediately start a website in Algerian or something.
Yeah.
Why are they publishing the names? Why aren't they sending? Why aren't they sending in the SAS to take them out?
Oh well, talking about that, I did a tweet just the other day where I said, so I'd used 4-2 Commando and added 4-2 Commando in it to secure the given French beaches in question, lest any gendarmerie fancy themselves heroes. Then I'd use elements of 4-5 Commando and 4-7 Commando. These are like specialist Royal Marines that are trained to do exactly this sort of thing, to approach and detain any and all small boats while they are still at sea and have them brought back to the French shore where they would be unceremoniously dumped. I mean, with extreme prejudice, if necessary.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I mean, this is the thing. Right, if you were Prime Minister tomorrow, you could basically just say, right, the orders are do that.
I'd get the cabinet round and I'd say, Home Secretary, don't worry about it anymore. Yeah. Don't worry about this. Defence Secretary, the ball's in your court now. Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Get me the head of the Marines, whoever that is.
Get me the head of the RNLI on the South Coast first. Stop doing anything.
Yes.
And then we're going to send in.
Yeah. 42, 45 and 40. Right. Yeah, but this is the point. It could be stopped at any time.
And you do it all before the human rights lawyers even have time to react to it.
Yes.
You can declare an emergency, like the government, a cabinet, can declare an emergency. You can just say, this is an emergency. So we don't care what the Supreme Court says. It's an emergency. In fact, we'll pass legislation to end the Supreme Court if needs be.
Yeah, I mean, government does that sort of stuff all the time when it needs to. So, COVID was a great example of this. The amount of stuff they did that was just blatantly outside the legal basis. Yeah, we're just doing it. We're just doing it. Yep.
When you look back at how governments behaved in the 19th century or even in the first half of the 20th century, they used to make big moves, what we would consider a really big move. It was sort of nothing.
Yeah.
It was sort of, we'll make this industry, nationalise this industry or privatise this industry, or we'll send gunboats over there, or we'll do this or that. Like today would be considered like it's a really big move. It's like a crazy thing. But they would just do it all the time because they had political will and some balls. Unlike someone like Rishi or Starmer. It's like picking around the edges. Like, well, very deliberately not doing anything, actually, isn't it? I said the Marines can... The Marines would be deployed as long as it takes to clear the channel and keep it clear. It would only take a few days of it before the word got across that the Royal Navy and the Marines are not letting any dinghies across. Yeah. It would only take a few days or a few weeks maybe for that message to get across. And I think that would tackle it.
Also, unlike the sort of traitorous police force, I imagine that the army would be well up for it if you gave them the opportunity.
Oh, God. Yeah, I imagine the Special Boat Service or 4-7 Commando be loving it.
Yeah.
In fact, someone else said on Twitter, I think it sounds like they used to be a Marine, they said, you can guarantee there are plans like this already drawn up. Guarantee it. They're just not, the government just won't use them. But yeah, well, he's probably right. I would have thought he's right.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they got loads of young staff officers who they need to give like assignments to. So they will give them things like draw up an invasion plan of Canada. I mean, just all sorts of stuff. It's just like just draw up a plan. Partly because we want to see that you can draw up a plan, and secondly because we just want a stock of plans. So there would be a plan to do everything.
A contingency for loads and loads of different scenarios.
And definitely for this there will be.
Yeah. It's just the political overlords, number 10, weaklings Well, it's not just being weak, is it? It's just like, it's not like it's forgetting to do that today, right? It's not like I haven't got, like, it's not like Starmer hasn't got the balls to do something like that if he wanted to. He's deliberately not doing it. It's very, very deliberately, actively.
He doesn't have any balls, but
well, there's that as well. Yeah. But no, when it comes to like sorting out his own party or something, he'll make a move, won't it?
Yeah.
If it's like deselecting a bunch of MPs or something, that's kind of a political.
Yes. He can show metal on that.
He can do that. He can change our entire franchise. That's massive.
Oh, yeah.
He'll do that.
Yeah.
He's got balls to do that, but not actually protect us. Okay. Again, the deputy chair of the Migration Advisory Committee, for what that's worth, says there are so many people involved in the industry that targeting people individually is probably going to have an impact around the margins. Yeah, probably. Yeah. And here's the other thing. If they're all, like, a lot of these people smugglers are in France, right? They themselves are, we've got some clips from Patrick Christie's in a bit, but if they themselves are from the Middle East or Sub-Saharan Africa or wherever, and they're in France, how exactly is sort of naming them or going to really stop them from doing anything? We need the French. It's not like the Met police that will go over and arrest them. It would have to be the French police. So there's no talk of any of that.
We'll know who they are anyway.
Yeah,
because they're not hiding.
Someone like Patrick Christie's can go over there and walk straight up to them and try and interview them and stuff. Everyone, it's out in the open.
Yes.
Pretty out in the open.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just meant to be a smokescreen. They can say,
it's a little bit of red meat, isn't it?
You know, if challenged on, I don't know, bloody Newsnight or something, Starmer can just say, oh yeah, well, we recently announced a plan where we said we're going to name the top people smugglers and blah 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 blah, and shut up about it for another 6 months, and then we give you a new initiative. You know, always thus.
Well, this same woman says the impact is dependent to a massive extent, on the cooperation of other countries where smugglers are operating. France. France. It only works if the French do what we say or ask, which they're not doing for years now, haven't we? We've paid them loads of money to do a number of different things. They don't really do it.
But they take the money.
Yeah, they take the money. Yeah. And every now and again there's like a clip or two, isn't there, of a French policeman punching a dinghy just before it leaves the French beach. Yeah. But beyond that... But a very cropped-in shot that doesn't show the other 800 dinghies lined up next to it that you didn't puncher. Well, the giant camps that exist in the Pas de Calais, that they allow to exist for some reason. Every now and again they'll go in there and half-heartedly break it up a bit, but not really tackling it, not properly. They don't want to. Again, from their point of view, it's like, a few less monsters on French beaches, on French soil.
Well, that's why I can't blame the French.
The Brits can have them.
Well, even if you were to just relocate them from the north of France to the south of France, go, there you are, there's a water you can cross. It's called the Mediterranean, and it'll lead you back to Africa.
The BBC mentions that Sir Queer has pledged to smash the people smuggling gangs. They're not doing it. They're not going to do it. David Lammy, genius David Lammy, said that this initiative is the first of its kind anywhere on the planet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like we're doing a good thing. It's a great, unprecedented thing. It's nonsense, isn't it?
I think my first segment ever on joining the Lotus Eaters was about this issue, and it was Rishi Sunak then, and it was on his set of initiatives that were going to do this. Just remember that, my first ever episode like 500 something, and we're now on whatever we are, 12,000 or something. You know, this just carries on and on and on.
Yeah, Ms. Balls said that it's a decisive step in our fight against the criminal gangs who profit from human misery. There is a big element of human misery, and they're not doing anything about it. In fact, piling more misery on us, if anything.
Yeah, but when she says human misery, she's talking about the misery of the poor refugees who are coming across the channel. She's not talking about the misery that the people of Epping are currently in right now, or any other native Brits in the country.
How is it misery?
Or the victims of any of their crimes.
You come here, you get a hotel, and you get pocket money. And you don't have to do anything, and you just, if you want extra cash, you can get a delivery job. And how is that misery? That's not misery.
I think she's talking about like the poor plight of an average Eritrean who somehow finds himself in the Pas de Calais, and the plight of his life. Yeah. And how he's being exploited by a smuggler. That misery. Anyway. Says it will allow us to target the assets and operations of people smugglers wherever they operate, cutting off their funding and dismantling their networks piece by piece. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Sounds like someone like Paul Wolfowitz or Donald Rumsfeld saying we will dismantle Al-Qaeda wherever they are in the world, piece by piece. We'll take them apart and we'll take them on and take them down. Well, but it's Yvette Cooper, a half-hearted thing that no one believes, really. The Shadow Home Secretary, Chris Phillips, said, the truth is you don't stop the channel crossings by freezing a few bank accounts in Baghdad or slapping a travel ban on a dinghy dealer in Damascus. Again, are the dinghy dealers in Damascus or are they in France? That's another thing. When we get people, let's go to sort of Patrick Christie's things. Patrick Christie's done great stuff on this stuff for GB News.
He has.
Like there'll be like... it's not just him as well. Lots of other journalists have gone over there, and there'll be like warehouses full of dinghies and inflatable boats. Like, yeah, it's quite an operation. It's quite a big thing. There will be a lot of people involved in it. I mean, here this is. We can see this tweet. How people there's literally things posted to show people how to break into Britain, and it's just sort of up there, completely in the open.
No, my question is does that... I mean, that's quite solidly done, that bit of workmanship. I don't think an Eritrean did that.
Oh, I think a Frenchman did.
I think a Frenchman did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that. There's one clip where... Well, actually, play a bit of it.
All right, well, here we go again. So, we've just come from that camp over there, we've walked down here, and you'll be able to see that just immediately after the tree line is another encampment in here.
Actually, it goes on for quite a while, but you can just see that it's a massive... It's actually... That place is a real mess, just on the other side of the channel. It's a real mess. How the French can sort of stand it, I don't know. But... yeah, there's... And they're all around, and they get aggro with him.
You go across the channel?
They start throwing bottles at him and stuff. He sort of has to run away.
Oh, you're from Kurdistan. Can I ask, are you worried about crossing the channel? Are you worried? No. Okay. All right, well, they obviously don't particularly want to talk. All right. So they make a bit of noise. All right, we're going to have to get out of here. We just had glass bottles thrown at us.
So they're great people, engineers, doctors.
Yeah, let's get
they're sending,
possible.
Yeah,
they're sending
passed
their
the
best.
audition.
They're sending their best. Let's have another... well, anyway, if you want to go and check out GB News Twitter feed and the stuff that Patrick Christie's done, it's all there on Twitter. But yeah, you actually... In fact, there's in this clip...
We are back at the warehouse near the lorry.
Audio. These people in the background are French people that he goes up to. And they're like some version of Care for Calais, but French. And they just start packing up and moving on the second they realise he's a dude with a mic. And he's just asking him questions like, what are you doing? Why are you... Like, what's going on? Like, why are you... And they're just completely evasive and a bit aggro with him and pretend they don't understand English, even though they did 1 second before.
All
that stuff.
When the French are misbehaving abroad, they do... Well, I suppose... Well, they are, by definition, France is abroad. But whenever they start misbehaving, they always pretend they can't speak English.
Like that guy saying in more or less perfect English and completely understands Patrick, saying, I don't understand. And then saying, you need to speak French. You're in France. Speak to me in French then. But like, what? What's that got to do with anything? Look, they just pack up their little thing, just sort of bugger off. Yeah. So it's all there, right out in the open. What was the last link I had?
I mean, this is...
Oh, yeah, this guy. So he walks up to this guy who's an actual people smuggler. Again, we don't necessarily need to actually hear. He's just trying to ask him a question. And he's having none of it. So it's all right there. It's all right out in the open. If the French would do something about it, because we can't, right? Or if we did really want to deal with it, maybe have some sort of deal where the French would allow a bunch of British cops to
go to Calais,
to police that region of Calais. But again, that's not happening.
I think this is perfectly legitimate grounds for occupying Calais.
Right.
Well, seriously, if they're going to keep doing this, I mean, it is an invasion. We have every right to occupy Calais.
Yeah, I mean, we've invaded Normandy a number of times, haven't we?
Yes.
Done it before.
Yes.
Of course, hopefully, France and Britain are both nuclear-armed nations, so hopefully it wouldn't end in a nuclear exchange.
Yeah, but if you
nuclear exchange.
if you said to them, because probably what the background conversation at the moment is we're going to make some initiative. Can you play along with it? And they're like, yeah, we can do that. Whereas if you were like, if they knew you were serious, no, we actually are going to occupy Calais, then they'd probably sort it out themselves.
Or just say, we're going to use the Royal Marines to turn any dinghies around.
Yeah.
We hope it doesn't come to a full-scale war with you.
Yes.
But we are going to dump them back on your beaches. That's happening. Don't make us deploy our aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
Don't make us have dogfight, our fast jets versus your fast jets.
Like our aircraft carriers are not.
Don't make us do that.
Yeah.
But
our aircraft carriers are not particularly scary, so you're probably better off just launching them from airfields on the south coast. To be fair.
All right, yeah. That'll be much better. Yeah. Don't make us reactivate all the airfields in the southeast, like World War II.
Not after 210 years since our last war with you, France. Don't make us do it.
Yeah. Remember what happened last time? It didn't go well for you guys. Although there is an argument that I was kind of arguing with someone on Twitter about it earlier, about the French forces would be a handful for us. Well, maybe not. Depends how it goes.
Yeah, but you don't sacrifice your country on the basis that fighting back would be a bit hard, do you?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And plus, I really doubt if we sent like one of our cruisers into the Channel and it's sort of permanently there, and it sort of more or less permanently had Royal Marine Commandos on it, or the Special Boat Service or something, and I doubt the French would like nuke Coventry,
yes,
or London, or off the back of that. We'd say, look, we're doing this. Take it or leave it. I doubt Macron would actually mobilise all the French army to stop that from happening.
The only thing I would say is that let's say you became Prime Minister tomorrow. Successive governments have made sure that we are dependent on the French. So, for example, we cannot provide enough power for ourselves without the French nuclear connection. We got like undersea cables supplying electricity. They're trying to do the same thing with farming as well. Make sure that we are dependent on somewhere like France always. Otherwise, we can't feed ourselves or turn the lights on.
And they own big chunks of our industries and things, don't they?
Yep.
Like a lot of our railway companies, in part owned by French companies.
And energy companies.
All sorts of things, yeah, all sorts of things. But when it comes to a war, if this is a war, it's an invasion, you'll work around it. You'll make do. You'll make other plans. Like when Germany decided or got the memo that Russia's the baddie a few years ago.
Yeah.
And like, what was it? A massive chunk of Germany's energy came from Russia, or gas came from Russia. And they were like, within 1 year, they just flipped it and got it from other places.
Yeah, they torpedoed their own
chemicals
and steel industry.
Yeah.
Because there was something they wanted to get done.
Right. So you make it happen. I mean, I was listening to a very, very interesting audiobook just the other day about World War One. Well, when World War One kicked off, we're actually really interdependent with the Germans in all sorts of ways.
Okay.
And, within a few days to begin with, and then a few months, we just figured ways around it. And yeah, it hurt a bit, economically and stuff, and in terms of industry. Yeah, it damaged us, it hurt a bit, but they made it happen because they had this much, much bigger political project. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Macron. What he's going to send French Marines to kill our Marines if we did something like that.
I'd sign up myself if that started happening.
I doubt it.
Or can at least block up the Eurostar tunnel.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, well, that'd be very terrible. All right, so that's my time done. Oh, well, one other thing to say is that Patrick Hustis, anyway, makes a good point that it's not just the small boats, it's also still the classic smuggling yourself in a lorry. And then the lorry goes through the Eurotunnel or on a ferry. Yeah, that's actually still a massive, massive part of it all. But they sort of don't forget about it. It's a small boat issue. So anyway.